Okay, Bliss, let's go through some key parts of lesson 12 together. So number one, looks like you and your teacher, whoever, did a pretty good job. What I want to make sure you understand is when they said in this question down here, write a second equation that has infinitely many solutions, you basically want the same line. Okay, so basically if you had a line, you want another line that basically goes over that original line. That's how you have infinite solutions. It's basically the same line. So that's the thing to understand. What they're saying here, it's the same line when they want infinite solutions, okay? So the yellow line here was the line they gave us. Basically, we know our B right there. Our B is positive 4, right? So if B is positive 4, and then to get to this point here, you had to go across 4 and down 3. Now remember, you always do rise over run, we say. You always do the y over the x. So that's why the slope is 3 over 4. And actually, it's going down as well. Ooh, almost made a mistake there. You have to watch that. A line that's going down. So this 3 right here is really a negative 3, right? Because I went down 3. So that's why this is the correct answer. Y equals m, which is negative 3/4 x, plus the b, which is 4. Okay? So now, the second question right here in red, they wanted you to go through 0, 1. Well, they basically told you they want the b to be 1 in this case because 0, 1 is right there. So the red line is the equation we want. And if we want the slope again to be down 3 and over 4 to there, the equation for that line, all right, and is going to be negative 3/4, same slope, right? Same slope, but now it goes through plus 1. The other thing I want to remind you is when they say no solution, they are parallel. Parallel lines have no solution, okay? Parallel. In other words, they go in the same direction, right? They're parallel. In our case, they're both going, the red and yellow are going down in the same direction. They are parallel to each other, right? The third question in blue here wants you to go through 0, 2, but also through 4, 1. So the trick to that one was, if you're going to go through 0, 2, look at the blue line, and also 4, 1 right there, define the slope. You would notice you would go down 1 space and then across 4, right? So you would go down 1 and across 4. That's why the slope would be negative 1/4. And you already know right there it crosses at 2. So that's why it's y equals negative 1/4 is our m, plus our b, which is 2. Y equals mx plus b, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, on number 2, we already talked about this before, but if it has no solutions, that means they don't cross each other. They're parallel to each other. They're going to be parallel lines. That's what you have to remember. No solutions, they're parallel. Infinite solutions are the same line. So you came up with a good answer right there. As long as they have the same slope means they're going to be parallel, right? But I just want you to know you could have picked any number. As long as it said y equals 3/4 x, you could have said plus or minus any number, and it would have been parallel because you have the same slope 3/4. Okay. On number 3, this one actually involved looking at this graph here. And the thing I want you to understand is the red dotted graph right here, that is, if you look at all the points, see 3 plus 7 is 10, 4 plus 6 is 10, 5 plus 5. So this line, which I dotted in red right here, has all the points for broccoli and zucchini to add up to 10 pounds, right? Okay. Now the other line in yellow, which I pointed to in yellow, okay, this other line right here, actually I'm going to make it purple. This other line in purple, every one of those values is where it adds up to $17. Okay? So question A says, name one combination of veggies that weighs 10 pounds. If it's 10 pounds, it's got to be on the red dotted line, but does not cost 17. Now, you could have more than one answer. As a matter of fact, you could have picked any one of these I already pointed out, like except for 6-4, because 6-4 is the answer we want in the end. That one actually costs $17. But basically, you could have picked any one of the points I point out. For example, see this point down here I just circled at 10-0? See, if I have 10 pounds of zucchini and 0 pounds of broccoli, that right there is 10-0, right? The point right here next to it, that's where I have 9 pounds of zucchini and 1 pound broccoli. But both of those have 10 pounds of veggies. Neither one is $17 because they're not on the other purple line, right? I made it purple actually, didn't I? Okay. Now, look in the top right of my screen. See this special point right there? Here, let me circle it in green. See that point right there? 6-4? Notice that point is where both lines cross each other, right? And if you do the math, if I have 6 pounds of zucchini at $1.50, they say, see right here, zucchini is $1.50, and then the broccoli is $2 per pound. So $6 at $1.50. That also says 4 pounds of broccoli at $2. If you do the math, 6 times 150 is 9. 4 times 2 is $8. Together, right here, you can see I end up with $17. So it worked out. So in other words, if I have 6 pounds of zucchini and 4 pounds of broccoli, I just showed you mathematically that's $17, right? And so that's actually the answer for C. 6 pounds of zucchini, that gave me $9 at $1.50 per pound. 4 pounds of broccoli at $2 per pound is another $8. Together, that's $17. So that's the answer for C. Basically, you look where they cross each other. Okay? Where they cross each other, that's the one solution that works for both. Now, question B says, name one combination that costs $17. So I'm going to look at that purple line I traced out, but does not weigh 10 pounds. So basically, all you had to do was pick any other point here, okay, on the purple line, because all of those are going to be $17 as long as they weren't on the red dotted line, which was your 10-pound line, right? So if you look at yellow here, I chose this point right there at 10.1 because 10 pounds of zucchini at $1.50, that's $15. 1 pound of $2 broccoli is another $2. Together, notice that's $17. That's why it's on the purple line, but it's not 10 pounds because 10 there plus 1 there is actually 11 pounds. Okay? So hopefully this is all making sense with you. This is pretty tough stuff. All right? And I covered all the problems you told me to cover, so I'm going to end the video right here. All right? And I hope you study and know what you're doing. If you have any questions, you got to ask me, okay? We got to get really good at this kind of math, all right? See you later.